Welcome food fans, picky eaters, the flavor curious, and everyone in between. Nothing makes good food better than good conversation. And your table is ready. Welcome back to another episode of the Food for Thoughtcast with your hosts, Melissa Reagan and Steven Gonzalez. But you can call them Chef. All right, let's get this episode started.
Hey there, food fans. Welcome back to the Food for Thoughtcast with me, your host, Melissa Reagan, and my co-host with the most, Chef Steven Gonzalez. What's up, Steve?
Hi, how's it going?
Hi, how's it going? Super excited is how it's going. We have Chef John Olarnik with us from Chef's Backyard here. Hi, John.
Hey.
John, do you prefer John or Chef?
Either one works. Either one works. I go by both.
Chef John it is. Don't call him what?
Dude.
Okay. I like duly noted. What's happening, everybody? How are we doing?
Good.
Doing good. Doing good.
Good.
How's the weather in y'all's neck of the woods?
Well, I had some rain and it shut off our power, and so I don't have internet. I don't have Wi-Fi right now. I'm on the cell tower, so hopefully we got a good signal.
Oh yeah, everything looks great so far. So that's a bummer. Try not to keep you on too long without AC, huh?
I'll be fine. I'm used to hot conditions.
Well, I am in very balmy 83-degree Wake Forest, North Carolina. So,
oh wow.
Yeah, but it's dark, which means it's pleasant outside now. I think we only got up to 90 today. So
Nice.
We're supposed to get a cold front into Midland, and the high is supposed to be 78 in June going into July.
Let's
crazy.
go.
I'm all for it.
Wow.
Let's go. Steve, are your dogs on your shirt?
They are.
Oh my God. I love it so much.
So I did a thing today, and I got a membership at a rival that is Costco, and I wore this shirt.
Ooh.
And they said, "That's a great shirt." And of course, I thanked them. And my picture, I'm making the best picture, the best faces we could possibly make. So there is my Costco membership card.
You're going to make them regret this still.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Well, John, we start every episode with asking each other and our guests what was the most amazing thing you ate this week. Since today's a Monday, we'll call it last week. What do you got?
Well, man, last week is easy because Chef Steven Gonzalez came over to the house and we cooked some steaks.
Yes.
We did 3 different grades of steaks and we cooked them 3 different ways. We did a select New York strip, a choice ribeye, and a prime ribeye. And we cooked them in 3 different methods, all on a grill. And we ate good that night. He also brought up some Philly cheesesteak sausages, and those were delicious as well.
They were pretty good.
What's a Philly cheesesteak sausage? Like bits of cheese and peppers inside?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
God, that sounds good. And I just ate dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
so
gonna
good.
have to go with that too, because that was a lot of fun. It was great catching up with an old friend and then just eating steaks after cooking them with an old friend, you know?
Yeah, it was great. And then the best part is we captured it all on video, and we'll be releasing the videos this week.
Yes. Same day as the podcast. Let's go. It's a collab officially.
Love it.
For me, actually.
Nice.
What about you? You've done that before, right, John?
I have. Oh, you weren't talking to me. You were talking to John.
John, you've done collabs before, right?
Yeah, I've done a few, but man, this one I'm super excited about, and looking forward to more as well. You know,
Nice.
I'm about it.
Melissa, what about you? What's the most
Sorry.
amazing thing you had to eat?
I'm sorry, guys. It's an hour later here, and it's almost bedtime. I'm old. I'm not yawning because I'm bored, I promise. So actually tonight, a neighbor and I went to Texas Roadhouse, and it's not super fancy, but the rolls were hidden. The company is what made the meal. Interestingly enough, I don't get steak at Texas Roadhouse. I get their chicken tenders. So the breading's good and the chicken's moist. So
They still do the peanuts that you can just throw all over the floor.
you can't throw them on the floor anymore. I think they ended that with COVID, but we ate an entire bag of peanuts, and we like housed 2 baskets of rolls as well. So good time had by all. And then we went to a local place here in Wake Forest called the Dairy Depot. It is like a walk-up / drive-through. Artisan is not the right word. It's too fancy, but it is like a locally owned soft serve and ice cream place. They have like a lot of really fun custom soft serve flavors. And so one of them, I got a cone, and one of them is Blue Moon. And I was like, what is Blue Moon? And they're like, it's Fruity Pebbles. I was like, say no more. That's what I want. I want bright blue Fruity Pebbles flavored soft serve. So that was dessert, and it was awesome. I was like, you have me at Fruity. Let's go. Yeah, it was good.
That's funny.
I like a little local hole in the wall where you find like really unexpected things. So my neighbor's from Connecticut, and they have maple walnut there, and like everything maple fan from Connecticut. So she was like, oh my God, this is incredible. So they do a really nice job. So good stuff from scratch. I like it.
Very nice.
So
Very nice. So Chef John, how's everything been? What's going on in the chef's backyard other than collaborating with buddies?
Man, just working on trying to work with new brands, different brands as well. For the past like 3 years, I've been working with Monument Grills and done a lot of stuff with them. I was doing monthly live streams with them. Recently, I got in touch with the owners of Old Country Barbecue Pits, and I got a new offset smoker, and so I'm excited about learning that, because the propane grills has been great, because I'm a busy guy. So whenever I get off work, I love how convenient and easy it is, right? You just turn it on, and there about 15 minutes, your area is, your cook surface is hot, whatever you need it to be. And you just get to cooking and you turn it off. It's, like hitting a switch. With the smoker, I'm going to have to learn fire management again. It's been a while since I've messed with that, but it's nothing beats the flavor of stick burner, and I'm happy to own one. So doing that, building a new cooking area in my backyard, so a new studio, and that's why I'm hoping to partner up with some other brands and get it going. I also re-released my spices, so I have a spice called the Flavor Formula, Chef's Backyard Flavor Formula.
nice.
Good on everything rub. And I partnered up with a guy here in town. His name is Robert Bruce, and he's going to be making the spices for me and selling them out of his shop. And right now we've got a deal with my cookbook. Like you, author Chef Stegons, I also recently published a cookbook. So excited about all those things, and looking to see what 2025 in the future holds.
Now we're going to back up a little bit more. So for the viewers and listeners who don't know what Chef's Backyard is, tell us a little bit about Chef's Backyard. What prompted you to create Chef's Backyard? What direction are you going with it? Tell us all about it, man.
Great question. So Chef's Backyard came from me trying to figure out how to make a little extra money from home, right? But also wanting to share all of this knowledge. I'd been cooking for about 15, almost 20 years in professional kitchens, and I had a growing family, little kids, and I wanted to kind of capture that time, make videos and share what I had learned at work. And so my thought behind the whole brand Chef's Backyard is, I'm a chef, I have a backyard, and in my backyard we can grow food, we can cook food, and I thought maybe we could exercise. We never really got to the exercise thing. but we did grow food. It started out kind of as a garden, and I had a hydroponic garden back there, and I was growing herbs and lettuces and a lot of leafy stuff. And then I found out that gardening is really hard.
It is.
and I threw up some cooking videos, and the cooking videos took off, and the gardening videos kind of just floundered. And so I was like, well, maybe I'll do more cooking videos, and I started doing that, and that's where my channel started to grow. And now I'm almost at 48,000 subscribers, have over 9 million views, and I'm just looking to go and looking to grow. Let's do this thing. It would be great if I can turn that into a retirement full-time income. I'd love to see that happen.
Yeah,
Awesome, man.
that's
I know
the dream.
I know that you have one video where you're showcasing people how to make salmon. Is that still your most popular video?
Totally my most popular video, and I love that it's my most popular video.
I love that video. I watch it still to this day. I've contributed to many of those views. I wouldn't say millions of views, but I've contributed to that number.
Man, every minute counts. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
John, how did you start cooking?
So I started cooking because I was a fat kid and I wanted to eat. No, I grew up, and my mom was a scratch cook, and I was a latchkey kid, and I really and truly I wanted to eat. So I called her. She was at work one day, and I called her. I was like, "How do I make eggs?" And she talked me through it over the phone. I don't know that I would have the same confidence doing that with my kids, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, but she did it, and that's kind of where it started. I would always help in the kitchen while she was cooking, and that's kind of where the passion was. Her mom, my grandma, was a scratch cook. She was a cook at a elementary school, and so I don't know. My mom loved making breads, and we always had a garden in the backyard, and we ate from the garden. I mean, we did that, and I learned to eat vegetables and how to cook them a million different ways. And we sometimes grew so much that we had to go and share with the neighbors. I remember one year I was about 12 or 13, and I don't know if my parents did it to punish me because I was an ornery little teenager, or if it was an accident, but we planted okra. And if you've ever been around an okra plant, it's kind of nettly. It's kind of spiky, and it grows over 6 foot tall. And
it doesn't want to be grown.
Yeah. You touch it, and it rubs you and irritates you. And so I had the wonderful experience of going and having to pick okra every day after school. And I didn't like it at all, because okra grows best in hot time. So you plant it, and it's the summer, and we got bushels full, and we were giving okra to all of the neighbors. And I had a little red wagon, and my mom would send me up and down the street giving the okra away to any neighbor that would take it. And
what did you do, John? Did you make her mad? Like, what happened?
Well, I was a teenage kid, and I didn't want to do things. So, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know if that was the real reason, but I can guess it was like, we'll teach you a lesson. And so then that's kind of where it came from. But yeah, and then growing up in the early 90s, Food Network and Food TV started to kind of become popular. Growing up, there was always PBS and Julia Child and Justin Wilson and Paul Prudhomme and all of that stuff. And but then the 90s came, and there was Emeril and Sarah Moulton.
I was going to say, like, tell me you watched Emeril and Sarah Moulton and Ming Tsai and everybody else, like, in the 90s.
Yes. Yan Can Cook and all of that stuff. So I was trying to find my way in earning a living, and I wasn't too good at doing the school thing, just because I didn't want to pay attention more than anything. But the food thing really captured my attention, and I was like, well, I could cook and maybe make a living out of it, is what that proved to me. And so I started working in kitchens, and
Nice.
I went to culinary school. I had already been going to college for a while, but I started out. I went for a year and a half in Austin and came back home and started going to St. Philip's. It's a junior college. And
Where was home? San Antonio?
San Antonio.
Okay.
Yeah, San Antonio. And so then I started going to St. Philip's, and I was taking like physical therapy, physical therapist type of stuff. But I heard people were getting out and making like $7 an hour, and I was like, man, I'm already making that in the kitchen. I don't want to have to waste time here in school.
I was gonna say, did you decide to make $10 an hour instead? Cooking?
yeah, totally. And then I was going to the culinary classes, and my the dean, the counselor, he was like, man, you've got all of these hours already. There's a program through Texas State University, where you can earn your bachelor's degree with the number of hours you have in about the same amount of time as it'll take you to earn your associate's degree in culinary arts. And then that'll be better for you because you can get into management and not die on a line somewhere. And I was like, okay, cool. So I applied and I made it, and started my journey towards that. And all along the way, I was working in kitchens. I was working I started out at Bennigan's, and then I was working at H-E-B, and then I moved down to Central Market, and I worked at Central Market for about 9 years, earned my bachelor's degree from Texas State, and started my career in management with H-E-B. Then came over to H-E-B as a Showtime manager, so all of the people doing the little art demos and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they made some moves and promoted some people, and there was an opening in the Cooking Connection, and luckily I made that cut. And then during that time, I became the chef of the store and started writing menus and planning recipes with all of that. And during that time, they certified us as chefs. I earned my culinary level 1, culinary level 2. We had to go down and study and test, and the tests were difficult. It was hard as hell. We had to learn knife skills and recipes and mystery basket stuff. And Chefsky was a dean from the CIA up at Hyde Park, and he was our first dean of culinary at H-E-B, and he came down and ran us through the ringer. And then the second and current dean is Patrick Clark, and he came over from CIA Greystone. So, to have both of those guys with high esteem pull me aside at the end of the certification, say, man, you really can cook. Congratulations, this and that. Was one, a big relief.
That's an honor.
And then two, it was a great honor just to know that I was able to pick up those skills, and they were recognized by people of that caliber. So
that is amazing. I can't imagine how good that felt.
It was great.
What a journey. So are you saying you didn't you didn't pay your dues mopping a floor or changing the deep fryers?
I sure did. I mean,
I'm just playing with you. I laugh about somebody being like, you can skip the line. Like, no, you won't.
No, hell no. Yeah. No, there was a time when I was working at Bennigan's, and I was like 22. I didn't have health insurance, and I went skateboarding in a ditch with my friend, and I fractured my elbow, and so my arm was black and blue from here to here. But I had to work with my arm like this, and I was the dishwasher at Bennigan's, and it was horrible. I had to beg people to take
one-handed swan spraying and like pushing racks through with one.
Yeah, I was like, man, can y'all just pick them up and move them? Like I can do as much as I can with one hand. And so if you haven't done that and had to jump in the line and stuff like that, you haven't lived. But I have all of that in my background, and so I just try to not remember those moments, but it's my foundation, Yeah,
they help make us who we are, don't they?
For sure.
I'd say it's led to a lot of good content because the stuff that you put up is just great. So, it's clear that you know what you're talking about. Not only that, it's very educational and it's attention grabbing too. So,
Thank you, Steven. So is yours, man. I love watching your videos. You got a great palate, and you bring out all the flavor in your recipes, man.
I only learn from the best. You, John.
John, do you have Steve's cookbook?
I do. Yeah, I do.
Nice.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I have an autographed copy.
Oh, nice. Well, I'm going to
a book release party in San Antonio, and that was so much fun. Remember that?
Heck yeah.
Oh, we had a blast.
Yeah. Was it Tucker's, right? Was it?
Yeah. I kind of don't remember the following day from that, but it was a lot of fun. No, I'm just kidding. I remember having a lot of fun being responsible and, making good decisions that night.
Yeah. I just remember how many people came out for it and for you, man. And I was like, wow, this is freaking awesome.
Yeah,
that's so much fun. Well, John, after we get done with all this, I'm gonna reach out and buy a copy of yours as well. Maybe you can sign it for me. But,
I would love to do that. Thank you.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I would love to support. Steve and I's last episode was actually called Cookbook Time Capsule, and we went through a stack of books at our respective homes and explained why we bought it and what was the thing we cooked the most and what's their favorite picture and all that. So it was like a neat time. We got a good hour out of it. It was really fun. So awesome. I was telling him though, I don't have very many, but maybe I should start having more of them. So
cool.
What's funny is for being an author, I'm surprised people were like, Steven, why didn't you pull out your book? But my book wasn't the one that inspired me to get into cooking, stuff like that. The ones that we pulled up, I thought were just out of this world. And not only that, they were very inspirational,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's cool. I have some great cookbooks in my library too. And one of the fun things is I've been able to go to some of the different book signings and stuff like that. So I have a signed copy from Anne Burrell and did you get to go to the Guy Fieri thing where he signed a poster for us or whatever? Yeah.
So it's funny you say that because later, I think it was later that week or the following week, that's when I went to Vegas to go get married to my wife, Ursula.
How cool.
Told him that too. I was like, yeah, tell me about your place in Vegas. He's like, oh yeah, it's here, this, blah, 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 blah. I said, by the way, I'm going this week to go get married in Vegas. He goes, no kidding. And I said, yep. And
that's sweet.
I still have my picture. It says off the chain or something like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Awesome.
That's so awesome.
That guy was so cool.
Awesome. That he is, man. We had that night before the meeting, I had a chance to have dinner with him, and we were sitting right across from the table from each other, and we're just chatting just like friends, like buds, man. And it was so cool. I don't know if you've seen, but he's got some big old rings, and so I asked him about one of his rings, and he just takes it off and hands it to me, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I was hanging out with Hank Williams Jr. and I wanted some rings, and so I got with his jeweler, and he made me this one, and it's the logo for his Knuckle Sandwich. That's his production company brand.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah,
nice.
But that ring is huge, man. He's a big dude. So yeah, I was pretty impressed with that. And then I'm sitting there, and he's like holding an oyster for me. He's like, "Hey, here, you want an oyster?" Like he dressed it up and everything. I'm all like, "Hell yeah, I'll take an oyster." So
in that moment, you're just like, "What is my life right now?"
Exactly.
That's awesome.
And then one of my other chef moments is Paul Prudhomme had put out a line of frozen foods to sell at HEB, and he was on a tour through HEBs. So I actually got to cook with and for him, and I've got a couple of autographed cookbooks from him. And he made me an amazing offer, but I couldn't take him up on it. He told me, he said, "John, if you come with me, come back to the Commander's Palace. I'll give me a year and I'll take you wherever you want to go." And I was like, "Oh my God, dude, what world am I living in?" Right. But I had two little kids, and we weren't moving across country for an internship at that stage of the game. And I was like, man, but even to be offered that was just like, God, this is so cool.
So, sometimes the time just isn't right. I mean, for multiple reasons, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Keep on keeping on.
Do your kids like to cook, John?
They do. Each of them. My son. So my kids right now are 21, 19, and 14, and my oldest, when he was in high school, took the culinary tract and did some culinary competition cooking through that, and still right now he's going to barber school, but he's working in culinary. And then my middle daughter she's going to school for nutrition. She's going to UTSA to get her nutrition certification, and
Nice.
she's always cooking. I would say she eats 98% from our kitchen, where she's the one cooking, or I am, and it's pretty great. And even our youngest, she'll get in here, and if she doesn't like what we're making or eating, she makes her own stuff, and she cooks different pastas, and throwing stuff in the oven and reheating it. So it's cool that they picked up a life skill that'll help them on their journey.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if you never make money from it, it's a good thing to know how to do.
Yeah, for sure, because you can save money.
Yeah, you can save money, feed yourself, feed your friends, whatever it is, feed your family.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's awesome. That is so amazing.
So what's the next? You said you have some seasonings. I know that you were doing coffee for a bit. Are you still doing coffee?
No, that kind of, man, it was tough. I had I was barely making it with my coffees and my spices, selling a little bit, being able to buy a little bit more, sell a little bit more, buy a little bit more. And then all of a sudden my website and e-commerce package was up for renewal. But I went to go and buy my coffee, and the coffee roaster doubled my coffee order and took all of the cash I had in my hand. And I always told myself that I wasn't going to try to force the things that I'm doing on credit.
Right.
I didn't want that to spiral out of hand. So I've been bootstrapping this, and it's like if I can get 50, 60, $75, I can turn that into whatever the next step is by buying some spices and making a small batch or whatever. And coffee just was a little more expensive for me. I would still love to get into it. When I was at Central Market as a foodie, we had a coffee roaster come out and talk to us all about it. And then while I was at a lawn market, we actually had a coffee roasting station. And so I learned how to roast and the different flavor profiles and all of that kind of stuff. And then, so it's been part of my journey, and it's not something that I really want to let go. But it's not a part of my catalog right now.
Yeah, because I remember buying a bag and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And the problem was that I went through it so fast, and I was like, damn, I need more.
Thank you.
Steven drinks a lot of coffee.
Yeah. What else you got going on as far?
Roasted just beyond medium. It was roasted just beyond medium and not super dark. And I like the way that it tasted. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. So what else you got going on besides spices and cookbooks and awesome videos, man?
Yeah, the YouTube video, I work full time, and I try to cook at home, and it's just staying busy and trying to learn, right? Trying to keep up with all of the social media stuff to learn what's trending and pick up a new tip or trick or technique, and then just staying in that game so I can stay relevant.
It's a lot. It's almost like a second job in and of itself. Yeah. Just the backside of it, the editing, the social media posting, and all that.
Yeah. I never realized it till I was in it. So
yeah. What food trend do you see popping up next? What do you think?
Ooh, that's hard. What do you see? What are you thinking?
That's a tough one, man. I mean, there's a lot of different things going on. I know a lot of people are going more like the healthier route, and there, of course, I know over the years it's just been like one of the most popular ones is what's easy and healthy to make, so
celery sticks.
It's just crunchy. It's crunchy, watery hair.
I don't like it. Oh no!
We were just talking about that earlier. That's funny. Yeah,
I like celery when people peel it.
Yeah.
So it's not stringy. It's a delightful vegetable, but just please take the hairs out of it. For the love of God.
Yeah, right.
Sweet and spicy is what I think is coming around.
I'm
Like-
seeing that in a lot of drinks right now.
Mhm.
A lot of the packaged beverages are coming out with sweet heat kind of flavor mixes and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Would you drink any of that stuff or no? I probably wouldn't.
Very, very little. Most of it has too much sugar.
Yeah.
I try to stay away from a lot of things that are outright sugar. I say that, haha, like I had an ice cream cone this evening. But if I try not to drink my calories, I'll put it that way. So I drink a lot of zero beverages, unsweetened iced tea, things like that. But my thing with like a sweet and spicy beverage is that's just asking for heartburn, because it's a bad idea. It's a bad idea. I'm almost 40. Like, I can't. A jalapeno margarita would do it. I would be like, please pass the Tums. And I love spicy food, but drinking it is not it. Like, I love spicy food, but like, I don't want chili crisp in a mimosa. Like, that's not what I want. You know, like, it's weird. It's weird, right? Like, I don't want like jalapenos in my Arnold Palmer. Like, it's just like,
have you
kinda
seen
strange.
that?
So no, I'm just spitballing here. I don't know.
I
He
was gonna
said
say,
he said in beverages, and I was just like throwing things at the wall to see what would stick. So
I don't want
That's
my
all-
ghost peppers and Coke.
but that's all they do in those meetings. They just put two words together that don't belong together until something sounds right, and then they go like, "Yes, let's make this a product." Like, I guarantee. So
I think they just spit them out until somebody goes, ew, and then they go, let's do that one.
that's it. Like Sprite has tea Sprite. Right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly how that happened. Somebody was like, "Oh no, nope," and they were like, "That's the one. That's the one we're going to use."
That's crazy. Yeah.
Do you think they whistled when they said like let's have some tea spread and you know, like, that just sounds, I know it sounds
It's
southern,
so
but it
gross.
sounds awful. It really does.
So gross.
But yeah, that's just my opinion. So
Yeah.
so then John, let's talk about our video when we were hanging out and whatnot. Like you know, it was awesome because so Chef John was helping me and teaching people, and I love the way that he breaks it down. So we had a select steak, choice steak, prime steak, and we're breaking it down. And of course, I'm like, oh yeah, look at the marbling. Whereas Chef John's like, oh no, the intramuscular fat, and this and that. Like, just the way that you broke it down, man. Like, I just thought it was poetry in motion, you know.
Nice.
And it was just a lot of fun.
It's cool. And that's been one of my challenges, right? Is how do we speak food? How do we simplify food? How do we take these because if you go to a beef convention, those dudes are getting super deep on the ratio of whatever inside of this and that, right? Well, okay, how can we talk about that but get people to kind of understand it or even care? And that's been one of my challenges, that and then describing flavors. As you were in the role where you were selling these spices and sauces and stuff, how many times did you have to go through flavor and talk about flavor, and people will go, is it sweet, is it spicy, and you've got to try to quantify that because all of our palates are different, and so it can be challenging, but if you can find a similar thing to kind of get your barometer there, then we start speaking the same language.
Yeah, I know there were times where I'd be on the microphone saying the level of umami pairs well with this, blah blah blah. And people would say, "What's that? Is it spicy or is it not? Is it sweet? What are you selling?"
Yeah. What's umami? Oh, yeah.
So
It's like, what'd you say about my mama?
Yeah.
Mommy. I always have the most trouble. I just think that it's easy for chefs to say, right? Like, soy sauce is umami, but then regular folk are like, soy sauce is salt, right? You're like, so which one is it? It's so much deeper than that. It's like it's like miso, really.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Miso, mushrooms, things like that. But it's hard to describe savory as a flavor. So,
Yeah, like can you describe what a bay leaf gives to a dish? I can't.
I don't know, but I can tell when it's there, and I can tell when it's not there. Exactly.
100,000%. Yeah.
it's
It's
equivalent of me being or describing, what does this person look like? They had nose, they had eyes, they had skin. I can't describe people's facial
but I could pick them out of a lineup.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like I can tell if there's nutmeg in a bechamel or not.
Yeah.
You know, like kind of. I
can
can't really tell if there was like a clove studded onion. I won't go that far, but like, you know, if we're going real super old school, but yeah, bay leaf is like, then it's kind of the same family, the laurel family, right? For filet. Can you tell if it's in the gumbo or not? Well, yeah, I can tell because it makes it like stringy and weird. And it's like okra slimy. Like people, there's camps of people that like it and people don't, but I think it's the same type of flavor, right? Kind of that weird allspice, leafy, laurel, like, you know, but it's hard to explain. It's kind of, you have to know.
Yeah.
So you have to be that poor soul that maybe like ate one in a soup one time.
Ooh.
Also like the worst. The worst.
Yeah.
It's really rough. It's really rough.
Do you have any favorites that you like to cook?
Yeah, I mean, I'll get into I wouldn't say it's a rut, but I'll get into a pattern of cooking where I make the same thing over and over and over and over. But you know, I like to grill stuff. I'm known for, I get hired for grilling steaks, so you know, that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad world to live in.
No, it's not.
Yeah. But Tex-Mex, anything Tex-Mex, so tacos, any kind of tacos, any kind of you know, breakfast tacos, lunch tacos, picadillo, carne guisada, any of that kind of stuff. I just grew up in and on those flavors, and it's my favorite, man.
Nice.
How about you?
Man, that's a loaded question. I almost feel like I have to go back to the beginning. No, I'm just kidding. You know, Melissa and I have talked like what's our favorite dishes, and one of mine has always been Caesar salad, because you know I haven't had anyone make it the way I make it, and I like the way that I make it the best. And we've talked about this in many episodes, and you know,
I'm so sorry, guys.
My story hasn't changed, has it, Melissa?
No, for Caesar salad, no.
Yeah.
If somebody asks me what my favorites are, they're pizza and sushi, hands down. Most of the time, what I'm cooking at home, if it's not like kind of the things that I grew up with, like pot roast, pork chops, things like that, it's Asian something. But I just prefer to call it pan Asian because I usually go in about 15 different directions with it. But like I always have oyster sauce, I always have hoisin, I always have dark soy, I always have regular soy, I always have kimchi, I've always got gochujang, like, and it's usually going to be a combination of like 12 different things.
So is the pan Asian short for pandemonium, or
sure,
what?
Yeah,
like
Pandora's box Asian.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Yep, absolutely.
John, you got any other collaborations coming up in the near future? Like, I know that I've seen your channel and I've been watching it, and I know that you do like a lot of collaborations, like on events around San Antonio, things like that. Is there anything coming up anytime soon or no?
Yeah, well, I'm hoping to get in and work with Grill Sergeant. He just got back from Germany.
Nice.
He's working with Chef's Temp and some other grill companies, and we're working with some of the same grill companies as well. So hopefully either he can come over here or I can go over there, and we can crank out some content and you know, just keep on pushing it forward and learning from each other. I'm sure I have a lot to learn from him. I don't know how much he can learn from me, but he's got a great film style, and he looks real comfortable on film and stuff like that. So you know, I want to see how he does it, and hopefully pick up some of those tips and tricks, and just improve my quality of stuff. That's really the thing is, you know, I can get in there and do it, but I want to get better. If I can get just a little bit better than I was yesterday, either in cooking or the video thing or any of that kind of stuff, then I'm on the right path, and that's where I want to go.
Yeah.
Nice. I love it. I think that's really a sign of like real growth, is when you're just not hesitant to just keep learning.
Yeah.
I think some people reach a point in their careers where they go like, I know everything, and that's a dangerous place to be.
Yeah.
So, for sure.
I just tell people I don't know squat. Yeah.
And then you just wow them with your personality.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's an award-winning personality. Mine is my good looks. That's all I need. But just
Yeah.
kidding.
I mean, yeah, as soon as you start talking to someone who brags about what they do and you taste their food, you're like, this, like 9 out of 10 times that's been the case for me. Every now and then you come across someone's like, okay, they talk a big game and they walk a big game. So, but yeah, I try not to be like that either, you know. But you're an encyclopedia of knowledge, John. Like you've been cooking for, you know, a couple years. And like every time that we
A couple.
yeah, only a couple years, right?
A couple decades.
He's learned a lot in those couple of years, yeah. But yeah, like every time that we talk food, like I'm just astounded by the vocabulary, the words, like just the way that you're able to describe things and break it down. Like, and I always, whenever I talk food with people who aren't into food, like it's like, how do you, like you were saying, how do you make it something relatable to them to where they can understand, you know, like, and you make it fun and interesting. And
You're
it's
making
just
me
always
blush,
fun
man.
talking.
Oh, I said you're making him blush.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, like, yeah, you just like talking to you is just always fun, you know?
Wow, thanks, Steven. Same, man. Same. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
John, we should get you connected with Aaron Shapiro, a former guest of ours. He has a company called Grillicious.
Okay.
They're flavored grilling wipes, reusable in a sealable pouch. He has like habanero, roasted garlic, rosemary. Really incredible. Like using it to make it non-stick, but it also imparts flavor. So much fun, too.
Awesome.
So
Yeah.
much fun.
Yeah.
So,
Heck yeah. Hook us up.
yeah, absolutely.
That'd be fun to see Chef's Backyard, you know,
Hell
showcase
yeah.
and all that stuff. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
For sure.
So, absolutely. John, who would you say is your culinary hero? Is that your mom?
Yeah, definitely. You know,
Yeah.
she kind of took me under her wing and taught me a lot. And you know, one of my favorite things was after I had earned my culinary level 2, it was her birthday, and I just showed up at her house with a bunch of food and said, "Hey, I'm cooking you dinner, and you know, move out of the kitchen." And I went in there and I made us dinner and you know, just cooked it. It was really like a labor of love kind of thing,
Aww.
and a big thank you and homage to her, you know, not only starting or guiding me on this journey, but always supporting me. And that's one of the things that I love about my mom.
Isn't it so cool to have people in your corner?
Yeah, it is. You know, without those people, I don't know if any of us will ever make it.
Yeah, you can't put a price on that kind of thing. It's awesome.
Not at all.
What is the dish that you're making after a 12-hour shift? What are you coming home to eat?
I'm picking up a burger.
You're picking up a burger.
He's not the only one. We do.
I'm a
too.
bowl of cereal. Bowl of cereal is mine.
Right on.
Nothing better at like 1 a.m. You're just like, right.
Yeah.
Listen, we missed an important question. What are you drinking this evening?
Yeah. What are you doing? You have a beverage?
Yeah.
Steve's over here doing HEB product placement.
I
And
know.
as soon as you said it, he took a drink of it. It was like you guys planned it ahead of time.
Right?
Yeah. I'm drinking from this Chef's Backyard cup.
Nice. John, do you have stickers?
Yeah, I got a few left. I got to order some more.
Oh, nice. Well, I want to get a sticker for I got this laptop that we're podcasting on. It's got all sorts of stickers from past guests on it. So yeah.
Well, I got you, and you know, I'd like to make an offer if possible. How can we give away a book? You guys want to do that, and I'll give away a book to.
I would love to do that. I wonder what the listeners need to do to get to win a book.
They're gonna have to do Chef's Backyard trivia. Whatever that means.
Yes.
I don't really know. What is the meaning of life?
In
In 1877, who sailed the ocean blue to find peace in the middle of the earth? I don't know.
It just kept getting worse and worse.
Here, okay? It's not good, but it's a start.
What I've done in the past is emails. Just, you know, we can draw a lucky winner out of that. I don't know if you guys want to pick that up, or if you want to
Yeah,
have them email me, or
we'll do like shares, likes, and comments or something. We'll figure it out, and then we'll tag you in all the things, and then we can kind of figure out behind the scenes like where it's going afterward.
all right,
that'd be good. Yeah.
super
Nice.
cool. Thank you. Thanks, Melissa.
Nice. This is super exciting. I want to know more about the spice. So you have a rub that's good on everything?
I think it is.
Okay. I don't know if that was the name.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It's called Flavor Formula. Let's see which way. Flavor
it.
Formula, and it's good on everything rub. Flavor
Nice.
Formula, good on everything rub, and there's no preservatives. There's no sugar, no binder, none of that stuff. It's Himalayan pink salt, chili powder, paprika, garlic, black pepper, onion, and cumin.
But John, the chemicals are where the flavor is, John.
Oh, it's a lie.
But John, the chemicals taste so good.
That's true.
That's what Doritos says.
They are so
love
good.
this. I've had your seasons before, like when I got your coffee, and man, they were really good. And to say they go on everything, yeah, they really do.
Well, so how many different kinds do you have?
So in my cookbook, I have a few. There's a section with modern grilling spice rubs. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 of them in there. There's 5 sauces and 5 marinades. Now I don't have any of those packaged right now, but hopefully in the future, if I can sell enough copies.
Nice. So just the one rub right now, which by the way, I'm totally going to buy, and I'm going to put it on everything.
Just one, yeah.
Okay, nice. I'm excited. I'm super excited. I can't wait to get a copy. Can't wait to buy some spices.
Super cool. Thank you so much.
Super exciting. I love it. I love it. I too am a firm believer in the propane, just like Hank Hill. It's clean and it's fast.
Yeah, I dig it.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I love like a good charcoal grilled burger, hot dog, whatever. It's about to be 4th of July. Like I love those things too. But at the end of the day, I want clean and efficient and convenient.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you have a grill?
I don't.
Oh no, we need to.
I know. Probably not. I don't need anything else that'll like sit around and gather dust. I enjoy grilling, but it's usually like in a work setting. But yeah, when I get home, that's the last thing I'm doing. So, and in this, I'm from Dallas. In this humidity in North Carolina, I ain't going outside. I'm telling you right now. 100 degrees in the shade in Texas is way different than 90 degrees and 90% humidity. It's like gross. So.
It is. Last summer, we were trying to do some live streams and film, and we had so much trouble with the equipment shutting down, and the sun was so intense,
beating down on it. Yep.
It was interfering with like the Wi-Fi and stuff. It was, oh man, that was rough.
That's crazy. My brother, my dad are into grilling. I know my dad's got like the big green egg. He is very much of the mindset that everything needs smoke on it. He and I disagree there, but whatever, to each his own. If it makes you happy. Right. My brother has a regular, like a Weber, like a really nice one grill. And he likes to grill quite a bit on the weekends. So he's always throwing something down, but I'm like a one pot dinner skillet type such, and I don't find myself making super elaborate meals at home anymore. One of these days I'll entertain people again. Right now, I moved to North Carolina in July last year and opened a restaurant on November 1st. So haven't done anything but that.
Wow.
So, yeah.
What's the name of your restaurant?
Oh, I can't say it on the air. I have an NDA, but I'll tell you afterward.
Okay, cool. I'd love to learn more about it.
I made her
sign
an NDA for Steven's sandwich chat. Wow, did I just give it away, Melissa? Dang.
You just gave it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll happen one day.
If any of your investors want, I have a concept called wraps, rolls, and bowls. I'm ready to sell it right now.
Let's go.
It slices, it dices, but wait, there's more.
Wraps, rolls, and bowls. I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
I'm trademarking that right now as we speak on my
Oh
phone.
my God, guys, there's a bug in here. Holy Jesus.
Oh, my
Sorry, it was
goodness.
huge. I'm so sorry. Thought it went down my shirt. It's a June bug. Tomorrow's
Oh.
July. They got to go. Sorry.
They will all go dormant.
It scared the crap out of me. I swore it went down my shirt. So sorry. Sweet.
And then their legs are all sharp.
Dude, it's never a dull moment, but it's been dive bombing my dining room light, and I was just waiting, and it hit me when I wasn't looking. It
Right.
touched me. Now I have to set everything on fire. I don't like it. So
Gotta love it.
that's why I don't cook outside, John.
Well, if you were cooking outside, you could just throw it into the fire
Yeah.
Sure.
and it'd be extra smoke. Yeah. See, we're
That
always thinking.
was terrifying.
It's always happens in the chef's backyard. You cook bugs. Did I just give your secret away?
It's all the bugs. He's like, it's in the book. By
It's
the
in the
book.
book, dude.
There's a chapter. It's a chapter called Convenient Proteins. It's all insects.
Yeah. But check out those pictures there.
Oh, gorgeous. Oh, I love a good trash packet. I like it. I'm in.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
So my deal with this, it's 25 recipes to turn you into a grill master.
Nice.
The idea was taking it beyond a steak or a burger and getting some international flavors in there. Jerk kebabs and salsa and stuff like that. Those things can all be grilled too. And because cultures all around the world grill.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's not just all salt and pepper. There's a lot more flavors out there, and so let's get into them and expand your palate.
Yeah. Let's go. I have like a tabletop hibachi deal.
Ooh,
It
nice.
has a little gas can. It's like a camp grill.
Yeah.
I bet I can make all the stuff in your book on there.
Yeah, but that's
For sure.
grilling.
It is grilling. I don't have a big boy grill. though.
It's okay. You don't need one.
I don't. Not home enough. You know how the industry is.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Thank you for making time to do this tonight.
100%. We love doing this. As you can imagine, between Steve and I, it's the finding the time. It becomes the tricky part.
Yeah.
We always have plenty to talk about and have a really good time, but we're always like, so 3 Tuesdays from now at like 10 p.m. or how's that going to work?
Yeah, for sure.
For being as versed as we are in the culinary field, we always have a fun time trying to figure out what we're going to talk about. What are we going to talk about today? I don't know. What are we going to talk about?
No.
It's like the endless what's for dinner, right? Like, oh man, every night you're gonna need to eat something. What's for dinner? And it's always I don't know.
It's so annoying. Okay, I want to ask you this. If you had to eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Me?
Because I know mine.
Ooh. Meat.
Meat. Any kind. Doesn't matter.
Any kind of meat, yeah.
PBJ, man.
Right.
PBJ.
Yeah, I could roll it every meal.
I dig it.
Yeah. Steven?
Pizza.
Ooh,
Pizza. I get it.
solid.
Even
Throw anything on there.
even crack pizza is good.
Yep.
There's that one crude saying, right?
Yeah.
About pizza and sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Huh.
You know the saying, Steve?
I'm looking around. Yes.
Pizza is like sex. Even bad pizza is still pizza.
Nice. Okay.
Maybe lost like all 4 of our listeners. My bad, guys.
Steven.
What is it?
I said,
Welcome
welcome,
to
to
adulthood.
adulthood, buddy.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in a world that I've never known before.
Chef John, what's cooking this week? What you got coming up?
So I'm off tomorrow. I'm not sure. We've got kind of a construction project going on in the backyard. I'll probably be tied up with that. Maybe something simple. And then I filmed a few videos throughout this week, so I need to work on editing those so I can get them ready. And lately on my channel, the shorts have been taking off. So
Nice.
going back through some of my other videos and isolating short clips to get them in there, and
the
that's
worst.
it's a lot of work, man. I need to hire a crew, but
I think they have like AI that does it, but they don't turn out like super. Sometimes it's really random, awkward bits.
Yeah, one of the tools that I'm using will do an AI clone, and because of my beard, it like glitches out all in there. I've thrown a few of them up, and I get the most hateful comments. AI slop. You might as well, I don't know, do this, and that with your mom. And I'm like, whoa! It's like you really triggered you there, didn't it? But it's I think it's fun and funny both ways because the content for the AI message for what I'm trying to say is good, but the delivery of the crazy beard is so funny. It's so funny. And I'm getting a kick out of it because there's people that are just like, it's the devil, and I'm like, oh, let's go. So I don't know. I throw out a couple of them that are real, and then I pepper in a couple of these really bad ones, and the worse they are, the more I like it.
I've known.
Don't worry about hateful comments.
Long. I knew him before he had that beard, so
Yeah.
when I would actually get his face,
Yeah, don't worry about. I wouldn't worry about hateful comments. Some people just have all the time in the world and no manners. So
yeah.
F them, F the haters. Whatever. You doing your thing. Steve, what are you cooking this week?
That's a loaded question. I feel like I have to think about that. No, I'm just kidding. So remember we talked about it. We're going to be making some crab fries and homemade mayo and
Texas caviar.
Texas caviar, yeah. I remember.
I'm gonna go grocery shopping tomorrow, and I will be working until 9 p.m. on July 4th, which is no bigs. I'm typically working that day, and so I think I'm gonna do some broccoli salad, like red onion, cranberry, bacon type business, mayonnaise, cheddar cheese, and pasta salad. So I think that's what I have, in some sort of meat. And I've got chicken thighs in the freezer, so I'll make it tasty. So just something kind of picnic / barbecue for celebrating alone and being at work. So
chicken wings.
Yeah. What'd you say?
Hot dogs and chicken wings. It's what
hot dogs and chicken wings. I haven't had a hot dog in it. Chef Don, when's the last time you ate a hot dog?
Ooh, not that long ago. Earlier in the week. So let's see.
Really?
It was either this week or last week.
Nice.
I grilled some stuff, and I knew my wife wouldn't eat it, and I had a pack of hot dogs in there, so I threw the hot dogs on the smoker as well. And so I had a hot dog that night, and then there were some left over, so I had 2 the next day. So it's been real recent.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. That's amazing. I love it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm almost 40 years old. It's 10 o'clock at night. I can't just think about it. I don't get to sit still that much. As soon as I sit down, my body's like, "Oh, we're shutting down." Great, got it.
Yeah, for sure. That's a real thing.
It's a real thing. I can't remember the last time I had a hot dog, but damn, it sounds good. I might throw some of those in the cart at the old Aldi tomorrow when I go.
Yeah,
might as well.
Cool. Well, hey guys, I had an amazing time. Chef John, where can we find you on the internet?
At Chef's Backyard. Find me on YouTube. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, the TikToks, all of that stuff. At Chef's Backyard.
He does
nice.
a lot of great dancing.
Yeah, me and Steven did a TikTok dance for the. No, we didn't.
I was about to be like, what is happening right now? You did not.
This is just 2 middle-aged guys dancing.
On the day that this drops, you guys can go find the collabs. You know what happens when there's like Caucasian folk dancing? They got to put safety cones out. It's a violation.
Yeah.
So it might just be me actually, but you guys, when this drops, everybody listening, or if you're watching this on YouTube, thanks so much. Go check out Chef John, Chef's Backyard, his cookbook and the spice blend, and you can go see his and Chef Steven's collab on YouTube dropping the same day. Okay. Yes. Do it. All the product placements. Guys, it's been real. It's been real. Chef John, stay on after I stop and we'll chat.
Bet.
It's
Thank
been
you
real,
so much.
guys. Have a good night. Thank you.
Oh, I love the shirt.
It's so great. That's a wrap for today. Until the next episode of the Food for Thoughtcast, make good food, eat good food, share it, and be kind to one another.
Thanks so much for listening today. You are part of what makes us special, and we are so glad you joined us. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, and leave a review. Just like food, delicious podcasts are better when you share them with others. Come back for seconds wherever podcasts are served, and we'll catch you in the next episode of the Food for Thoughtcast.
You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at the Food for Thoughtcast or at www.foodforthoughtcast.com, where you can link to all podcast players, or you can send us an email at foodforthoughtcmc@gmail.com.